Mutual funds provide you a dual benefit: the benefit of saving taxes and at the same time generating some returns from that amount. Now, let's face it, taxes have become a fact of life, and that is why it is important to understand how you can reduce your tax burden. And for this, mutual funds provide an excellent opportunity. A mutual fund is simply a pool of different investments made by you or me, which is managed by an experienced professional fund manager. And this professional fund manager takes in all the investments and invests them further into different asset classes like debt, equity, and commodities, and helps you generate higher returns over a long period of time. Now, there are a whole bunch of different kinds of mutual funds available in the market, and it can range from all sorts of categories from equity to debt. However, there is one specific type of mutual funds that gives you the benefit of tax saving, and that is ELSS mutual funds, or Equity Linked Savings Schemes mutual funds. ELSS mutual funds are types of mutual funds that typically invest at least 80% of their investment amount into equity and equity-related instruments. Let us now take a look at the advantages of these kinds of funds. The first advantage is, of course, the tax-saving benefit. Now, before we take a look at the tax-saving benefit, it is important to note that these tax-saving benefits are only applicable to the old regime of the income tax, not the new regime. And so, under the old regime, you can avail a tax exemption of Rs 1.5 lakh every year under the Section 80C of the Income Tax Act. The second benefit of investing in ELSS mutual funds is the shorter lock-in period. Now, if you compare tax-saving instruments such as NSE or PPF, the lock-in period when compared to ELSS mutual fund is much more higher. However, ELSS mutual funds come with a shorter lock-in period of just 3 years. Number 3 is wealth creation. On one hand, ELSS mutual funds help you save taxes. On the other hand, since it invests majorly into equity and equity-related instruments, it provides you an excellent opportunity to create wealth over a long period of time. The fourth benefit is the benefit of compounding or compound interest. If you stay invested in an ELSS mutual fund, it typically acts like any other equity mutual fund when it comes to reinvesting and compounding. What it simply means is that all the capital gains that you have accrued over the year adds on to your initial investment, and you keep getting more interest on the accrued interest that you already have, thereby giving you the benefit of compounding or compound interest as well as that tax saving. The fifth benefit of investing in ELSS mutual funds is that you get an option of SIPs or systematic investment plans. Now, that means that you can plan and systematically invest every single month in an ELSS mutual fund using the option of SIP or systematic investment plan. Now, this is very important and useful for people, especially salaried individuals who cannot afford to put 1.5 lakhs together as a lump sum, and they can follow the SIP method or monthly systematic investments to reach their tax saving goals. And finally, the last benefit that you get from ELSS mutual fund is that they are very well regulated, safe, and transparent. ELSS mutual funds are also regulated by SEBI, and so they have to adhere to all the rules and regulations that SEBI has set. Not just that, if you want to invest in an ELSS mutual fund, you can go and check out the fact sheet of that ELSS mutual fund. In this fact sheet, you can see all their figures, all the illustrations, and the fund management philosophy as well. So all in all, an ELSS fund is very safe and transparent at the same time. Now, with all of these advantages said, ELSS mutual funds also carry certain risks in the market. Any ELSS mutual fund in the market typically carries 3 risks. Number 1 is liquidity risk. Now, since ELSS mutual funds have a lock-in period of 3 years, an investor cannot redeem or sell their units of investment during these 3 years. Now, this might be a problem for people who are looking for liquidity in case of an emergency. The second red flag that are associated with ELSS mutual funds are market risks. Now, since ELSS mutual funds invest typically into equity or equity-related instruments, there could be market volatility and economic downturns that affect the returns from this fund. And so, if the market conditions are volatile and are not doing well, that will be shown in the fund performance as well. And number 3, no guaranteed returns. In some other tax-saving instruments like the 5-year FD, you are guaranteed a certain rate of interest every single year, and that rate of interest does not change regardless of what happens in the actual market or the economy. However, an ELSS mutual fund is directly connected to the market, and so if there is a market downturn or a recession at place, it is going to affect your fund negatively, and your fund will remain volatile due to the volatile market conditions. Overall, ELSS mutual funds provide you the opportunity of tax saving and creating wealth over time at the same time. However, to select the correct ELSS fund, you must understand your investment objective, your risk tolerance levels, your risk capital, and also how the fund is performing in the market. And so, once you know all of this, you can now go and select an ELSS mutual fund to avail the tax benefit purposes and create wealth at the same time. Mutual funds are subject to market risk. Please read scheme-related documents carefully.